Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and those who are neither wherever you are in the world. I'm Rambling Rusty Elm, and this is Rambling with Rusty. Last time on Rambling with Rusty, we faced down the Primal Titan, and then returned to the Whispering Sands, Quiet Sands, Silent Sands. I forget what to call the name of that motel. Name of that inn where the Scions of Light were headquartered, to discover that the entire group had been murdered and Menphilia kidnapped. After which we moved on to Sanalon and picked up a quest from the Gladiator Guild, the next one in our line for our class, and we are in the middle of doing that. We're here in the Silver Bazaar, and we are going to go over here and talk to Milia, I think is how her name's pronounced, and see what's going on. So without further ado, here we go. There you are, Rusty. Everyone already in position. Are you prepared? I am prepared. Face of Thal. This is a level 24 quest, but you can't get it until you're level 41. Interesting. Duty complete. Oh, that was quick and dirty. Rejoice, gladiators, for the day is ours. Yeah, that's what I thought. Not quite. What? But why would you be? Leave them to us. First sword. No, stop! Such brittle blades, so easily broken. Perhaps the first sword is made of stronger steel. Leave her, Zana. Our business is over here. What have you done, Leovold? First sword, we must withdraw. The wounded need tending to. Let us take them back to the guild. Okay. Head back to the guild. Yeah. Well, let's see what she has to say. Give me a moment. I need to think. I wanted to spare you this, Mila. I begged you not to go. You knew all this. That Leovold and I once fought side by side in the Colosseum. The twin swords of Nadthal, they called us. Never lost a match, honored by the bull of Alaminga himself. But that was then, and this is now. When I learned Leovold single-handedly transformed the Alacran from a gang of common thieves into the most feared criminal organization in Tanalon, I knew I had to return. Seems like a lifetime ago that the three of us used to train together. The Leovold I knew would never stoop so low. He was a good man, strong and true. What would drive him to do this? When I find him, I'll be sure to ask. Unfortunately, he seems determined to kill me for my curiosity. What aren't you telling me all this? I'm not clever enough to keep secrets, my dear. I'm a simple man, only capable of dealing with what's right in front of me. I'll find him, Mila, I promise. That's all well below my level, so... Rusty, I must apologize for my earlier behavior. As First Sword, my duty is not only to foster your growth as a gladiator, but to also protect you from dangers you're not ready to face. I did not know that Leovold had become the leader of the Alacran. Had he chosen to bear his steel at us, many more of us would not have returned. I need to know why he's turned to the life of crime, so I've ordered my best men to scour Thanalon for any trace of his whereabouts. Unfortunately, one of them has disappeared. I have strong suspicions that he has been taken prisoner, or worse. If there's any hope of saving him, we must act quickly. I would have you search for our missing comrade. His last report stated he was tracking the Alacran near the Hammers in western Thanalon. If you go there, you may yet find some clue. I've been far too reckless in recent days and let too many good gladiators come to harm. Please, Rusty, find our missing comrades and bring them home safe. Cough, cough, it's a trap, brother. That's some fine swordsmanship, Rusty. Amelia M., the first sword, certainly knows how to pick 'em. Even after all these years, I can't quite bring myself to call her that. See, I still remember when her father first brought her to the guild, a wee lass who cried with the sight of naked steel. But to look at her now, you'd swear she was born with a blade in her hand. Not like she had much of a choice but to rise to the occasion, though, what with all that trouble Aldous got into 7 years ago. Selfish bastard, he should never. But enough of my rambling. I'll make my way back to Ulda after a short rest. You go ahead, tell Melia I'm fine. Something tells me that would have been a much tougher fight 10 levels ago. Or 15 levels ago. Rusty, thank the gods you're all right. I heard all about the ambush. Excellent work. You've been invaluable to the guild, and I cannot thank you enough. In fact, I believe you deserve a much-needed rest. Take some time for yourself. Return when you're recuperated, but before you go, speak with Lulutsu. I believe she has a message for you. Ah, Rusty, the very gladiator I was seeking. Lean closer, for I would not have the others here. Aldous sends his regards. Request you meet him at the Lich Yard in Eastern Thanalon. Naturally, I have not divulged this information to the First Sword, as you may have gathered. She's still rather upset with him, and would likely forbid any further association. Quite understandable, since he was clearly being groomed to become the next guildmaster before that horrible scandal. They would have made such a lovely couple. Forgive me, this is hardly an appropriate topic of conversation. Anyway, you have my word that the First Sword will not hear any rendezvous from me. Let's see. To get there quick, I'll have to teleport. And yeah, I think I will, because I really am tired of running all over everywhere. One of these days I'll take the time to figure out why I can't call my mount. Okay, all this kind of bullshit you got us into today. Duty calls on holy ground, level 29. Ah, where have you been? Busy drowning in some sweet young thing's eyes. Well, if that's the case, I understand completely. It's been 7 years since Mila's father was laid to rest here. He was mean and stubborn, an old goat, through and through. But gods, when he danced with a sword in hand, it was pure poetry in motion. Mila's right. There's no way I could know what it was like for her back then, forced to replace her father under such terrible circumstances. And who might you be? Another Levold lackey? Master Levold has been more distressed since learning of your return. This is unacceptable. Your master does not deserve your loyalty, kitten. When you've outlived your usefulness, he'll dispose of you like so many others. Believe me, I speak from personal experience. Say what you will, I will not be swayed. She looks awfully determined to kill me. Still, I'm not really in the mood to play. Mind stopping her? Why not? Yeah, well. You've gotten stronger. Good. I'm glad Melia has a man like you to rely upon. She's her father's daughter, a leader of men, a true warrior, and an obstinate woman who lets her feelings cloud her judgment. Which is why she needs to be surrounded by dependable people who will give her good counsel and keep her temper in check. Now more than ever, stick by her. She needs you more than she knows. Haven't you listened to a word I said? She needs dependable people. In case you haven't noticed, I'm anything but. I'm only here because of unfinished business. When it's settled, there'll be no reason left for me to stay. I owe it to her old man to put an end to this, to give him peace in Thal's realm, by making that bastard Leovold finally answer for his crimes. Remember what I said, Rusty. Now go. She's probably wondering where you are. Well, so much for trying to patch up the past. I'm actually supposed to seek shelter at this church. But I think I'm going to... oh. I think I'm going to do a bunch of other questing before I get back to that. Level up some of my side classes. Why are you staring at me like that, Rusty? Is something the matter? You're behaving rather oddly. Well, I'm afraid I have no news regarding the Alacran's movement. I remain confident that we will find them soon, though, so keep your blade sharp. Let's see, level 25 gear. That's still far too low. Extremely upset due to recent turn of events. Damn it all to the 7th hell. This is madness. It's Aldous. He's been arrested by the Brass Blades. They claim he was plotting to assassinate the Sultana. This is utter nonsense. He has no motive to do so. Whatever I've said about the man, he would never resort to using poison. The Alacran must be behind this. They failed to kill him time and again, and now they're reaching out to their monetarist allies. I don't want to believe Wyman when he said he had... Wait, that's it. If anyone can help us unravel this plot, it's Wyman. He has a reputation for knowing things he shouldn't. Find Wyman. See if he can tell us. See what he can tell us. Aldous is many things, but he is not a murderer. I will have to take her word for that. Looks like all this is going to be this way. There he is. Not Aldous Wyman. I was wondering when you might come along, Rusty. Frankly, I'm surprised all this went so quietly. He ought to know there's no walking away from this. You really don't know, do you? Best I start at the beginning then. Aldous is something of an enigma. He and Leovold were two of the greatest gladiators ever to grace the blood sands. But he threw all that hard-fought glory away for a few gil more. See, the average Wilden loves a good Colosseum fight, and what better way to make a gladiatorial spectacle more entertaining than wagering on the outcome? When it got out that Aldous was orchestrating a match-fixing scheme of untold proportions, well, you can imagine the shock and anger people felt. He was expelled from the Colosseum, and his wins were stricken from the record. Your guildmaster Mila got the worst of it, though. Not only was her friend exposed as a fraud, but around the same time her father fell ill and passed away. There were some oddities surrounding his death, too. It was rumored he took his own life out of shame for his disgraced pupil. Or that he might have even been murdered by the man. Baseless conjecture, really, but it made Aldous look that much worse. In the end, Mila lost two of the most important men in her life, and was forced to take charge of the guild alone. Leovold, he tried to go it solo on the Blood Sands, but it wasn't the same. Without Aldous, his career was finished. Now you know the nature of the man you so desperately want to save, though judging from the look in your eyes, I gather you still have your reservations. Fine, then. Though you can't blame me for doubting the man found in possession of Ralger's bile. 'Tis a vile poison, rare and expensive. Only the Corpse Brigade knows how to make it, I hear. Gods only know why they'd give it to Aldous. Could go to their headquarters in Sepulchre in southern Thanalon and ask him direct, I reckon. I have an aversion to direct confrontation personally, but you don't, do you? By and by, should you save the poor bastard's life, tell him we're even, and that I hope it was all worth it. Okay. Search for proof of Aldous' innocence in the Sepulchre. Okay, so in other words, go to southern Thanalon, where I have not been yet. Southern Thanalon. Where am I headed, though?
That's Broken Waters, Annex, Red Labyrinth. Zaharak. Heat of the Moment in the Sigali Desert. Minority Rapport. Forgotten Springs. Circle of the Tempered. It's Broken Water. This little Alaminga. Ah, duh. We're going up there. Not exactly what I meant to do, but I meant to actually talk to him.
Okay, show the evidence to Mela. That's the only way out of it, so... Where have you been, Rusty? Aldous has been given over into the custody of the Sacrarium. They mean to execute him. This poison, is it? You've proof that Alacran purchased it from the Corpse Brigade. Thank the gods you've done it. Quickly, we must show this to the official presiding over his execution. Where am I headed? Not this way.
It doesn't show.
Let's see, show evidence, High Bridge in Eastern Thanalon. Okay, that's why it doesn't show. So I need to go here, teleport, Camp Dry Bones. Okay. Must be down here then. Because I can't figure out any other way. Ah. The Sacrarium has sentenced you to death for your crimes against the Sultanate. Now, who are you and what do you want? Commence battle for the rematch. Level 34. These are bold accusations you make, adventurer. However, the Sacrarium has found the prisoner guilty in the eyes of God and man. He will be executed forthwith. Don't waste your breath, Rusty. Saul's skills have always yielded to wealth above all else, and Leavold spent a fortune to secure my sentence. Silence, criminal! And you, what are you waiting for? Do it. Aldous, just couldn't stay away, could you? Well, at least I don't have to steal the headsman's axe. If the gods are to have blood this day, I'm afraid it won't be mine. Since you two are so devout, perhaps you'll be willing to offer yourselves in exchange. Mercy. Interfering with the law is a heinous crime. In fact, I believe it's punishable by death. Really? We're going to have to get our way up above? Or is he going to come down and join us? I had a feeling the spectacle would draw you here. I should have dealt with you myself from the start. Come, let's dance, brother. So it's to be a rematch. Very well, I accept. Mila and the others need you. Leave him to me. Who the hell am I supposed to be attacking? Ah.
all this. You almost had me, Leovold. Stay back. I won't have your pity. You just had to have it all, didn't you? Just one victory, just one bloody match. But your precious ego couldn't accept that. You ruined everything. Tell me, Aldous, how does it feel to lose your name, your legacy, everything you ever loved? I want to know how much you suffered. Let it go, Leovold. It's over. Like hell's it's over. I swear you will never know peace, not in this life or the next. Leovold, no. You know damn well neither of us will see Thal's realm. Let's go, our comrades are waiting. Back to the guild it is then. Okay. What we got? Glad you were there, Rusty. Without you, I doubt we could have defeated the Alacran. If you ever considered the Colosseum, you'd make a wonderful attraction. Of course, you need a title that befits your prowess. Now that it's all over, you'll be staying, won't you? No, Leovold may be dead, but the Alacran are far from finished. I'd rather not linger and give them a chance to regroup. It is a true tragedy that I cannot enjoy the company of Voldal's lovely ladies any longer, but I have faith that equally radiant beauties await me in distant lands. Aldous, not another word, my dear. It's bad enough that the First Sword has permitted a disgraced gladiator to fraternize with her subordinates. Can you imagine the scandal if she became personally involved? Nevertheless, I understand how you feel, Mila. I'm known to have this effect on the fairer sex. I should have let the headsman have his way with you. That way you might learn something of humility. But now, how am I supposed to remember the lessons without a head? Your father would be proud of you, Mila. Don't ever change. One more thing I wanted to say. 7 years ago, before my last match, I was given an offer, a sultan's ransom in exchange for a loss. Leovold begged and pleaded, but I just couldn't do it. Call it honor or pride, whatever you like. I made my choice, and in spite of all that came of it, to this day I have no regrets. It's a simple thing to know what's right. Listen to the heart of yours, and it will never lead you astray. Trust in your comrades, have faith in your skills, and you will triumph over any adversity. And with that, I bid you all farewell. I'd better not have to wait 7 years to see that bastard again. There's still so much to do. I want to... What in the Seven Hills are you looking at? This is a training hall. Why aren't you training? You think all it takes to stand in the blood sands is a sword and a stupid grin? No, it takes years of hard work, an ocean of blood and sweat, and an unbreakable will. Every man and woman here has the potential to become a champion. But it is you and you alone who decides your destiny. So answer me now, gladiators. Will you follow the footsteps of your brothers and sisters and inscribe your names in legend? Aye! Let's see. Level 30. Ooh, we're getting closer. Still no cigar, though. Achievement unlocked this one time at level 30. Except I'm level 41. Let's skilled all receptionist got. Yay. Oh, there you are, Rusty. Perfect timing. I just heard a juicy bit of gossip. Apparently, and remember you heard this from me, the Sultan's sworn elite are sharing the secret skills and training of paladins. Incredible, I know. The Sultan's sworn have an exclusive monopoly on the instruction of paladin skills. Once upon a time, if you weren't one of those officer track elites, then you had no choice to learn the arts, and competition to get to the top was very fierce indeed. Anyone who joined had to swear an oath of fealty to the Uldan Sultanate, which meant no more adventure, no more daring do, and no more Colosseum. Just languishing about in the palace all day, polishing plate mail. That's why this news is so big. Now anyone with a bit of commitment can learn the skills of a paladin, and no memorizing the 55 commandments of the sworn, or any other nonsense. This is a platinum opportunity that comes but once in a lucky adventurer's lifetime. Let this slip through your fingers and regret will be your just desserts. You need to go to the Royal Promenade in the Hosting Strip, find the captain of the Sultan's Swarm Elite. Genlins is his name, and tell him how you're just dying to become a paladin. Do I want to become a paladin now? Looks like that may actually be the next set of adventures for me. I seem to have maxed out my gladiator training. But for now, I think we'll leave it till next week or beyond. I'm going to start working on some of my side classes and get those leveled up, see if I can't make myself some better gear. So until then, I'm Ramblin' Rusty Elm. Have a good night, and don't forget to stop and smell the roses.